Hey folks, thought we would go back into another video that had a lot of comments on, a lot of traffic. The topic seemed to be pretty popular, and it's amongst all brands, not just one brand. So I'm going to go back and visit the topic of flat tappet lifters. I had a video out previously last year sometime, I think, regarding flat tappet lifter failures. We experienced a rash of flat tappet lifters collapsing and not holding pressure. We didn't have any issues with break-in, no flat cams, nothing of that nature at all. But it started with, I believe we had a small block Chevy that we had a certain top brand of flat tappet lifters that we built a stroker for, and we started experiencing some rattling, and it was on the test stand. Unfortunately, I don't have a dyno. I wish I did, but this is the best I can do, test stand, when we build these engines, just mainly mechanical integrity. So we had a set that after we broke it in, started running it on, I think it was 10W40 on that engine, they started having some pump up issues. So we swapped them to another brand, broke that cam in, and so far so good. I haven't heard anything since from that customer. Move forward, about 6 months later, we built a big block Mopar stroker with another set of the same brand. I thought, well, no big deal, right? Put those lifters in, tested it, and then once we got it back in the car and started driving around, we started noticing a lot of ticking and poor performance. Put a compression tester on there. Sure enough, these things were collapsing, not holding pressure. Now this is a sample size of probably, I'd say maybe 15% out of all the engines that we've built, so it's not on every engine at all. We actually haven't had the issue with any rollers yet, with any hydraulic rollers. But we changed that brand of lifters out. We went to a Hughes engines, which Mopar, Hughes does Mopars, and they have a Johnson high lift lifter, part number 5003. And they're an even bleed and a quick ramp up. And I thought, well, I've heard good things out of the Johnson high lifts, and so we'll install those. Well, sure enough, man, those things went in and it ran like a top. I mean, after we broke the cam in, things still running just beautiful, strong. So move forward, we're building a Pontiac for another customer for a 68 GTO convertible. It was a 68 Pontiac 400. Right off the get-go on the test stand, we're breaking it in, and mind you, all the push rod lengths all that's checked. I make my share of mistakes. There's no doubt about it. But broke it in, and it didn't take long at all. This one brand of lifter, this thing rattled extremely bad, and it was probably 7 out of 16 lifters that we were seeing bad, just collapsing. So we take those lifters out, pull the intake, take those lifters out, and I did the video where we could show where the plunger, it collapsed, where the plunger wouldn't even come back up to the snap ring. So that was a major issue. I went to a friend of mine, I believe, found me a set of Johnson high lifts for the Pontiac and cured it, and it ran like a top. Couldn't be happier with that Pontiac and how it turned out with those Johnson high lifts. So moving forward, I just wanted to share with everybody, we built this 440 for a customer, and went to the Johnson high lift 5003s is the part number on their website, and I can tell you what, supposedly they have a even bleed down is what it says. If I I've got my phone on me. I'll read you the description of what they say on these Johnson high lifts. This 440 has a Lunati cam, flat tappet, nothing really special. But here it is right here, Johnson high lift. Now on these Johnson high lifts, on the Charger and on this 440, they tell you not to use anything heavier than a 10W30 oil. So we kept the 10W30 oil in that one and this one. But these they're called high performance hydraulic lifter, variable duration. This variable duration, I thought, look, I'll pay the extra money. They're $11 per lifter. I thought, yeah, sure, kind of like a Rhodes. I've heard about Rhodes. I've never used Rhodes lifters. But I thought that was kind of gimmicky. I thought, I'd heard that the Rhodes lifters would kind of act like a solid lifter, the way they wrap up, but I never really bought into it. I don't know if these are really marketed like a Rhodes lifter, but what they say is that says, assembled with heavy duty retainer and quicker, even bleed down rates. It says these lifters are held to a higher quality surface finish and have a corner brake on the cam face. We suggest using these lifters in high performance applications as they will produce more low end torque. These 5003 lifters also utilize heavy duty pressed in retainer in place wire clip. The faster bleed down will create more vacuum than the standard lifter when used with a performance type camshaft. 9.1 dynamic, I think, ended up at 7.96. The old compression ratio was 7.58. I don't know if increasing the compression ratio maybe would have also helped in throttle response, but I got to tell you, this thing really sounds good. And for whatever reason, these lifters, it broke in beautifully. We did the 20-minute break-in on it, and it absolutely went smooth as silk as far as the cam break-in goes. I'm going to go ahead and fire it up, and you guys can go ahead and get a listen on this thing of how it sounds. And I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but we're going to try. So I don't know if the camera picked it up or not. It's cold. Once it's warmed up, it's even better. But I guess the point what I'm getting at is these lifters, there's something to these lifters in comparison to the standard lifters that I was getting from Summit. I see a big improvement with these lifters. So I'm hoping, I know Johnson's, I found them for the Pontiac. If any of you guys and gals can tell me where I can find a good source, I'd like to start finding these Johnson high lifts that are similar to what I've got in this 440 for the GM and Ford applications. Please let me know. I noted there were two different Johnson when it came to the lifters, but this is what we're going to try to start using exclusively. I don't know about the hydraulic roller side of it. So far I've had good luck with the Comp hydraulic rollers and the Howard's hydraulic rollers. I forgot there's another brand maybe out there that I've used I can't think of, but I've used a lot of the Howard's hydraulic rollers and had really good luck with those. So I did have one Oldsmobile 455 with the Howard's that they would bleed down, and when you fired it up, they would eventually pump up, but they were slow to pump up. It seemed like it took it a bit for them to pump up. So that was the only issue with the hydraulic roller I had. But anyway, I just want to share that with everybody. Just a quick video regarding the flat tappet lifter thing. Share your experiences on the comments. Please let me know. Please let me know what you think. Again, I just thought this was kind of a big deal, and any updates I'll get, I'll let y'all know. So everybody have a good day.